Bleeding Blue Podcast, Episode 6. Welcome back. New year, 2024. How you doing, Ryan?
Doing good yourself, man.
Good, man. Good. Yeah, it was a fucking shitty weekend for the Leafs. A horrible way to get into the new year.
Yeah.
We'll get into it, but my God, it was terrible. But how about you though? How was your Christmas? How are your holidays? You get everything you want?
Yeah, I got most things. I got some Beats headphones, so I was
Nice.
hyped about that. So I've been needing headphones for a while.
When'd you wear them
Um,
today?
I don't have them on me right now. They're in the basement. So I just got the earbuds in right now, but yeah, I got some headphones. I basically just got money because my parents just want they don't really know what to get me. So I just got money and then they're just like, yeah, buy clothes or whatever. So I just got a bunch of clothes and stuff that like I got a couple jerseys and stuff, and you know,
Nice. What
it's
jersey?
not no pretty good Christmas. Yeah, had family over, and I actually have family over right now while I'm doing the podcast.
Hey, no,
So
it's you're committing to the grind. This is part
yeah,
of
of course, yeah,
the grind. Yeah,
bleeding blue over everything. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. And I'm sure you're probably telling them, giving out all our merch and stuff like that to the family, telling them
Yes,
sub,
yes,
care.
I'm promoting it.
Oh,
I'm
great. No,
promoting it a lot right now,
that's perfect. Yeah,
getting it out there.
same thing for me basically. Like I got set, bunch of clothes,
Yep,
random stuff like that. So got a nice little speaker. That
nice.
can't really see it from here, but yeah, no, it was a nice Christmas, nice with the
That's good.
family. New Year's was good last night. I actually went to bed like basically like half an hour after 12. Like I was just exhausted.
Yeah,
Intense day of watching the Bills and just
yeah,
hanging out with the buddies too. But we'll
yeah.
get into that though. That Bills game was just pretty good. Allen was not on his game. I'll
No,
say that, but hey, you can't be
a
angry.
win's a win, man.
Yeah,
A win's a win. I'll
be
take
angry.
it.
Yeah, it was.
It's a divisional matchup. Patriots are always going to play us hard. It's a divisional matchup. Every game in the division is always a tough matchup. Even if your team, even if you're like 13-0, the other team is having a horrible season. You never know, man. The division games are always tough. So I'm glad we just got the win and move on to next week where it really matters. Next week is going to be very interesting.
So we. So what's the situation looking like? We need to win next week,
Yes. So
or
if we win, so there's a lot of different scenarios that could go on, but like if we win, we're in. If we
right?
win, we win the division and we get the second seed, which after the season we've had, that's pretty incredible seeing that we could win the division
And
after being 11-6.
11-6. 11-6 isn't a bad record either.
No, no, but like after the season we've had, we were 6-6 at one point, and like we had like a 20% chance of making the playoffs, and now I think we have like a 93%
Yeah.
chance now. Um, but yeah, if we lose tomorrow, not tomorrow, sorry, next weekend, the Bills need the Jaguars or the Steelers to lose in order to get a wild card spot.
Okay.
So it's doable, but the Jags and the Steelers are, they're looking to get in the playoffs as well, right? So they're battling hard. So it's basically win or out, basically. That's basically what the scenario is for the Bills next week.
Okay.
It's just also a crazy scenario as well. Like if you lose, you're out of the playoffs, but if you win, you're the second seed, right?
Yeah.
Pretty crazy how that can happen, right?
You think we can
You
win?
ra- you rarely hear about those scenarios when it comes to playoffs.
No, you're right. God damn, those Ravens are insane too.
Oh, they're incredible, man. I was watching that game
Yeah.
yesterday, but going back and forth with the Bills game. They're crazy, man. It gave me vibes of when Lamar Jackson won the MVP a couple years ago,
Yeah.
where he was just unstoppable. Like no one, he was a big like running quarterback. No one could stop him. He was amazing, man. It's kind of like that same vibe this year, but he's actually starting to throw the ball a little bit more now, and he's got like his receivers aren't that very good, man, but Lamar is just he can pull it off, man. He's definitely I think he's the MVP this year. I don't
Over.
think
Yeah.
I don't like McCaffrey's right there. If Tyreek played that one game because he was injured one game a couple weeks back, but That yeah, I think he's just had such an incredible season with all the injuries they've had this year. You know, Mark Andrews, his main guy who he throws the ball to, has been out for the rest of the year with I think he had a torn ACL or Achilles or something. And their main running back got injured in the first week. I think J.K. Dobbins, who was really good and was preparing to have a big season,
Hmm.
and they're out. But you know, Lamar just has just been steady the whole time, man. He hasn't had one bad game, I don't think, where he's let down the team. So I think he's very deserved of winning this year.
I could see the Ravens taking it all the way, probably.
Yeah, but the thing is though, like I felt this
Or are
was
they okay? Are they peaking like right now? And
that's what I was just about to say. Like I feel like they're peaking a little too early. But they've been consistent. They beat the 49ers 2 weeks ago, and then they beat the Dolphins this week. It's like they're playing solid teams and they're beating them handedly. But
that,
like
yeah,
this is kind of the vibe I got from when Lamar won the MVP a couple years ago. They were beating everyone. I think they were 14-2 that year, and then they had that bye week. You know, like so they're first in the AFC, so they have a bye week for the first round of the playoffs. So they don't play for a couple weeks, and especially since they have another game coming up where they're playing the Steelers at home.
yeah,
They already have the first seed, so the most of the starters aren't going to play, right? They have basically have 2 weeks off. So they're not in that same mode of like, you know, we where they've been beating Miami and the Niners, right? Where they're beating good teams. They're just waiting 2 weeks to get into the playoffs. And they like, a couple years ago when Lamar won the MVP, when they had that bye, they played the Titans in the divisional round and they got destroyed
yeah.
because they didn't have, you know, they weren't playing every week. They weren't like they didn't have that same schedule like they did when they were, you know, in the regular season. So I don't know. Obviously, I think the Ravens are the favorites, same with the 49ers, obviously, in the
Yep.
NFC. But that bye week it's kind of tough, especially since when you get the 1 seed with another week left in the regular season. So you basically have a 2 week vacation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting this year in the playoffs. I don't know who's gonna win.
It's the same issue with they have this with the new format for playoffs in baseball
Yeah.
because you see that happening with the Dodgers. Dodgers are an elite team like all the way through, and then they're losing to the freaking like Arizona Diamondbacks, which is an 84 win team compared to a 100 win team. And like those differences, there is a quite a big difference between an 84 win team like the Diamondbacks
Yeah.
and a 100 win team like the Dodgers. They're
Hmm.
much more complete. It did not make any sense. And then you got Brandon Fott or whatever Fott, I think his name is, like who has like
Yes, that pitcher. Yeah.
ERA, who's just like who like does not throw anything insane. He doesn't have ridiculous stuff or anything. He throws like I'm maxing at like 94, 95, not even. And not that that makes not that that really matters, but like still, it just goes to show like it's kind of it really all depends on the circumstance and how hot your team is at a certain time because you want your team to kind of be like you want them not to be insane because the Ravens right now 6 game win streak. So what's
Yeah.
going to happen is they're all of a sudden just going to fall off. It's inevitable for any team. Any team that goes on a hot streak, eventually there's going to be some point when
Yeah.
they suck. Except for the Leafs, which I don't know when they're on a hot streak or when they're on a low streak
Yeah.
when they're losing because I mean right now they it was terrible.
Yeah.
3 losses in a row. I mean, overtime one, overtime loss, but still, I'm taking that as a loss because that was a pathetic
No,
performance.
that was the worst game of the week.
And
That
what
was the worst
it
game of the
was
week.
against the fucking Blue Jackets, like
3 times we played them in 2 weeks. Those
doesn't make
fucking
any sense.
guys.
So, all right, well, let's get into it. Like, it didn't start. It started off, and it just kept getting worse. So we start off with the first game, a loss to the Senators, 4-2
Yeah.
at home, and they're talking about that. Like, I remember they were talking during between periods about like the rivalry between the Senators and the Leafs back in the day, like early 2000s, and how
Right.
crazy it was. Do you think what's the closest rivalry to say the Senators and Leafs like back in the day? Because they're talking about like because you got Ty Domi on those teams, and you got yeah
Yeah, back when they had Mats and Caberlet and Darcy Tucker and all those guys, and Alfredson on the Sens, and
There you go. Yeah.
when Chara used to be on the Sens back in the day before he went to Boston. I don't know. I feel like Boston and Montreal is always going to be a rivalry, no matter what,
Yeah.
no matter where the team stay. I feel like that's like always up there. Montreal, Toronto, obviously. Just the original six matchups are always big rivalries.
Yeah.
Tampa and Florida is kind of getting up there now because both the teams are really solid. So, and they've played in the playoffs a couple times against
Yeah.
each other. They're
That's a
kind of
that's a
getting they're
cool
kind of
one.
getting a little feisty down there in Florida. Um,
No,
I
I
don't
know
know. Like I feel like Ottawa doesn't really make the playoffs that often like the Leafs do, and
they
they're not
suck,
like
and we lose to them.
yeah, they don't suck though. That's the thing. Every team in the NHL is solid, but like it's just like I don't think there's a really like a bad team. Like Ottawa has like really like has solid players like Kachuk and Drake Batherson and
Yeah.
Drew's getting up there, but he's still putting up points, obviously. Um they have a solid team. It's just that we get on we like when the lower teams in the NHL, we just underperform when
Yeah.
we match up against them. Like I just feel like the first period went well in that
Yeah.
game. We were
Two
up two
goals.
nothing in the first up
Put up a
in the
two
first
spot.
period.
I thought this was going to be a waxing. I was like, all right, we're gonna we're gonna kill them. Like it's gonna be a great game. No.
No, that clearly didn't happen. Yeah, and then it didn't really feel like a 4-2 loss. It felt like a 3-2 because they obviously got the empty netter. But like again, games against Ottawa's like rivalry like teams like Montreal, Ottawa, Boston, like these teams like we should be like playing at our highest level against these guys. And we just don't.
I
We
mean,
just
like
slack.
the problem is the amount of opportunities. I feel like that's been like a theme of this team in the last few days. Like it's just like you put up like you're out scoring or out like shooting and getting shots on net by like a ton against your teams. And like Bertuzzi, I remember that game. He had like so many chances, and
Yeah.
they just kept saying like, "Oh, he keeps looking up to the sky because he's so pissed off." And or because he's so mad because he's not getting it, like he's not scoring when he has all these opportunities. He's going to the
Yeah.
net and he got one goal, but it looked like this guy should have had like five goals. Like it's
Yeah, like I'm looking at the shots right now. We had 36 shots and they had 29. Like we're out shooting our opponents. We just can't put them in the back of the net. Like
yeah,
it's
it's
it's tough, especially in the power plays. Like I'm watching the power plays that we have, and like we can't set up anything. Like that Carolina game that we'll talk
yeah.
about later
Carolina
on.
game
We
like
had so many chances on the power play. We just can't set up anything. Like there's something wrong. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
yeah, no, that was a crappy game, and the worst about that game was Brady Tkachuk scoring that fucking stupid goal, open net or empty net goal, and then like laughing into the
Yeah, I hate him, man. But I'd love to have him on our team though. He's like Marchand. He's like you hate when
he's
he's
the
playing
dog,
against
yeah.
you, but like when he's on your team, you love him because he can score and he can like punch a guy out.
Yeah, no, he is. He's the same thing.
Such a
Matthews,
good
the same
player, man.
thing.
Such a good player.
Yeah, no, Matthews having a terrible year this year so far, right? Like he has not been good at all this year.
Yeah, I haven't really heard much of it. It's more like Reinhart, Sam Reinhart, who's playing really well on Florida. And Barkov is always consistent when it comes to points, and
Yeah,
he's a big defensive guy as well on Florida. So it's mainly those two guys. Yeah, Matthews kind of like not slacking, but like he's having an off year compared to what he did last year's first year with Florida. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, we just gotta keep pace with the teams that are around us. Like we can't be losing a division matchups against like Ottawa and
I don't know what it is.
Montreal and Detroit, like those types of games where we should be winning.
Yeah, no, it's
And
just
Buffalo, like we should be winning against Buffalo like pretty easily, and we just
not
can't.
9-3. Like
Yeah, we can't be doing that. So
no, it was shitty. And then game two, that was the worst one. That was like a low point for that entire team. Like
yeah,
especially for one guy in particular who has been placed on waivers, let go, and can get picked up by any team. And then if not, he will be sent down to the minors, and that is Ilya Samsonov, who I don't know. What do you think about this? Do you think this is good for him, or do you think
Yes, I think it is. Because he's been given chances throughout the season.
yeah,
He's been given his chance. Like we're giving you time to get better. And clearly it's like I feel like his mental state is not there right now. I
yeah?
feel like that's another problem. It's not just him playing bad, like his mental is not doing well. So like I feel like this is good for him.
Well,
I did get like I saw on the score that he cleared waivers, so he's now playing in the Marlies. So he's
mm,
probably gonna get a couple games down there, get his confidence back up. But yeah, that game on Friday was brutal,
gosh,
like really bad. Like
put up a five spot.
I could not watch it. Like I literally sent you a text. I'm like, this guy cannot save a beach ball, bro. Like it was like really bad. Everyone like my buddies were blaming like the defense because defense, yeah, of course you can blame the defenseman on not getting the puck out, but
There's a
like
couple, yeah.
he
There's a
was
couple
he
times.
like a couple of like most of the goals were on him. Like those are like routine saves he should be making, and
Yeah.
he couldn't make them. And the problem was that we were on a back to back, so we couldn't take him out and put in Jones because Jones is meant to play the next day. So they have to keep him in, or else Jones is going to be basically playing 2 games in a row, right? And that's not really good for the goalies. So I don't know. I saw a stat a couple days ago. He has an 840 save percentage this year, which is the worst through 15 games for a Leaf goalie since 1990.
Who was the other one? Who was the goalie?
I don't know, some random goalie. That was back when the Leafs were shit.
Yeah,
Like
no,
like the late 90s, not late 90s, sorry. Late 80s, like mid 80s, they weren't very good.
yeah.
Another stat, like and a goalie, like he had the worst save percentage through 15 games of a goalie in the NHL since 2006. Any goalie in the NHL since 2006.
Jesus.
So almost 20 years,
Yeah.
and he's had the worst save percentage. Like if that doesn't warrant him going down to the minors, I don't know what does, man. Like those stats are pretty ridiculous.
No, it was tough because also you got Marner, you got Nylander, Matthews, and Tavares scoring goals in that game. You got like your
Yeah,
offense is just like was great. It was incredible that game. Everybody scoring. Nick Robertson got a goal too, and yeah, it's rough. It's a rough.
the defensive side let us down there.
And I just remember seeing, I was like, they're going to score here. They're about to score. And like I remember because we were up 5-4 in the like last like 5 minutes of the game, I think it was.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was tough. It was really rough,
you
man.
just can't hold a lead when he's in net, man. Can't hold a lead when Samsonov's in net. We need Wool back, man. We need him back because
Yeah,
he was playing so well when he got injured. Like that was that game. Who were they playing? Was it Ottawa? They were playing. It was in Ottawa, and he was playing lights out. Like he had like 30 saves in 2 periods,
yeah,
and I think he gave up like one like some shitty goal. Like it was like a tap in or something. Like he wasn't even in net when they scored. And then he got injured. He like pulled something, and then they brought in Martin Jones, and they won the game in Ottawa. It was like a 4-3 game or something. It was a couple weeks back, but they need Wall back, man. Like they need him.
how long?
I
I,
don't think Jones can. I don't think Jones can be the main guy for too long.
yeah, from what I've heard, that it's gonna be a while until like Wall's back, and then same with who else is injured? I forget who the other player. Reeves, obviously. Yeah, Reeves is injured. I mean, I don't really care too much about.
Yeah, I'm looking at some news right now, and they're saying like they don't even know when he's coming back. Well, they're still unsure. So
Great, man. That should
hopefully it's
be
faster.
a goal for the trade deadline, or next off season is just get a like because our when you say good goalies are the same way as like they'll have one like every other. It's impossible to just get a good goalie and have a good goalie like because they'll constantly they're just changing like how good they are each.
Yeah.
Would you say that like
Yeah, because Samsonov was great in the playoffs.
yeah, he was great last year. Like he was solid last. It wasn't like we were like, oh my gosh, we need to send this guy down to the minors.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm
very
just looking at some free agent goalies right now. Um, Yeah, like there's Matt. Well, all of them are are Leafs goalies. Swayman apparently is a UFA,
Yeah.
which would be interesting, but they're not going to let go of him. He's too good. They're not going to let go of Swayman and just leave what's his name in Boston by himself. Fleury's a UFA, but he's too old. He's good, but he's not like someone we need to be starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all of our goalies are UFAs. Like Murray's UFA. I don't even know what's happening to him. Samsonov's a UFA. Martin Jones is a UFA.
Really?
A
How
lot
old?
of guys are like I don't really there's not really many goalies here
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
that to
mean
choose
it's
from.
tough what you're gonna do. I mean, maybe we put Matthews in that. I'm sure he'll be fucking good at it. He'll be better.
He's good at everything, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. No, he was, and then he has another great game in game three too. Like he's got yeah, or Nick Robertson had a goal that game in the
Yeah.
third game. I mean, yeah, another loss. Like
Carolina's a
Carolina's
solid
good.
team though.
They're good. Like
Yeah,
they,
they're solid. They've been solid for the past couple years. I was gonna say, it was just I made me mad when Bunting scored because
that
we let
was
him go. I just made me pissed off, and he's just celebrating. I'm like, fuck you, man.
yeah, but he was good
Honestly,
for the Leafs though. Like the last couple of years.
yeah, but he's celebrating against his hometown team. What a douchebag, man. This is a douchebag move, in my opinion.
You're
You can't
just
be
pissed.
celebrating after you've been with the team for 3 years,
You're just pissed because he
asshole.
yeah, because he scored against the Leafs.
Phil Kessel never did
I
that.
hate
He
that.
never celebrated like that when he scored against the Leafs.
No, I hate that though when players do that, like against their former team, like they go crazy. Like especially like Donaldson, whenever he comes to the J, like comes
Oh,
to
fuck him,
like
honestly.
and like pimps out his home runs and stuff. Like, oh, can't stand that.
That's like soccer. Like I feel like soccer, like when like team when they go back to they play against their former teams and they score, they don't celebrate. Like
Mm,
they're just like, we're especially if you're played with them for a while
yeah,
and you celebrate against their fans, like come on, dude. Like that's kind of a dick move in my opinion.
yeah,
Especially since you're from the Toronto area. Like that's kind of I don't know. I wouldn't do that
yeah.
if I was in this situation, but
I know what you.
it is what it is.
It is.
Tough game on Saturday.
So, what does this team need to do then? What do we need to do if we're gonna get out? We're
Well,
facing.
there's always the answer of getting new players at the trade deadline, but
What are we
that's
thinking?
the
Like,
offense is clearly not the problem
no, it's
because
not.
we're scoring goals that we need when we need to.
Yeah, we got the
Um,
Kings, Ducks, and Charlotte. We got a little trip to.
yeah, we got a trip out west. We got two trips out west actually. We go out to like LA and shit, and then we come back for a couple home games. And we go like Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton. We go out west again.
Mm,
Yeah, we got a couple out west trips. Yeah, we play the Sharks twice in a row. Like these Ducks and the Sharks twice. Like if we don't win those games, like there's a serious problem.
yeah,
There is a very serious problem if we don't win those
you
games.
should probably win even the Kings game too. I mean, I know they're good.
No, the Kings are good though. They're like the Hurricanes.
No,
They
we have
could
to
beat
beat them.
you.
I don't care. I don't care. Like we need to
We
beat.
lost to them earlier this year, so we need a revenge trip.
Yeah.
I'm glad though because I've been staying up late these past couple of weeks. I've had a horrible sleep schedule. So like I'm glad that these games are late so I can just watch these.
Mm,
So I don't know. Usually when they're on the road, like late games, like out west, I usually don't watch them. So this is good. I'm excited to watch these
yeah.
games.
10:30 game against the Kings.
Good God. Oh wait, no, Saturday, no, it's just that 10:30. There's a 9 o'clock game, which isn't that bad. And then Saturday it's at 7 when they play
Yeah.
San Jose. So it's not that bad. I thought it was gonna be all late. But yeah, tomorrow 10:30.
Fair
Good
enough.
Lord.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. There's not much like. It's tough. You just got to keep pushing, I guess. Like,
I wonder what they're gonna do with the back-to-back. Because we play LA. We're probably gonna play Jones tomorrow. We have to play Jones tomorrow.
yeah.
But we brought up an AHL goalie to be the backup, I guess, the temporary backup.
Hmm.
But I don't know if they're gonna play Jones twice. You think they're gonna do that?
2 games in a row? No, they won't do that. From January, because we
I
play.
mean, Anaheim's not that strong, so I guess it'll be um I guess it'll be okay, but like we gotta win these games though. Like our defense needs to show up this road trip
Yeah.
because we need to get back on track because what's that, we've lost we've lost we've lost we've lost 5 of our last 6, which is not good.
No,
So
fucking
we
terrible.
got we gotta win these games coming up.
Yeah.
These
No,
are
I
big
know.
games.
It is tough.
Yeah, we got the Islanders again away. That's gonna be fucking horrible. I already know that's gonna be a loss. We
Yeah.
always lose the Islanders away because of fucking Tavares, man. Whenever like I don't know, like I said before in the podcast when they played the Islanders earlier, there's something like I feel like there's just something underlying in Tavares's mind whenever he when he plays against the Islanders. Like there's always something.
Sounds like he's a mental midget a little bit.
Yeah, when he plays against them, it's weird.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they overcome that when they
Yeah.
play them next week.
Yeah. Well, let's stop talking about these
Yeah,
horrible.
let's move on to something new here.
Yeah, because this team needs to figure it out, and so yeah, we
Let's
don't.
not do player of the week because there's no player of the week this
I
week.
was gonna say the same thing. There is
Yeah,
no
let's just skip that segment because there's if we lose the
loser
3
of the week.
losses, there should be no player of the week.
The loser of the week, not Samsonov right there. But
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad at the same time because like he's got to feel like just like so like alone, by himself in this.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be
Saying
tough.
there's something wrong with in his head. Like there's some mental problems
Oh,
going on.
it's got to be. It's just got to be like he's not thinking. He's just like, oh, I gotta save this. It's like he's not thinking, oh, I gotta save this shot. It's oh, I gotta make sure this doesn't go in the net. Like it's the
Yeah.
difference there. It's
Yeah. That's a good point.
yeah, he's thinking that oh, this is gonna go in the net, so I gotta figure out a way to not
Yeah.
get it in the net, or
Yeah.
let it in the net.
Hmm.
But yeah, it is what it is. But there's some good news with the Blue Jays, though. Our team with the Blue
Yeah,
Jays.
there's actually something going on in the front office
It
here.
is my man Ross Atkins, who I love dearly, has signed 2 players. We go to the first player right here. Last week on Boxing Day, we got a little after Christmas surprise with our guy Kevin Keirmaier, who I absolutely love. Love this 1 year signing. I don't care. Maybe it's a little bit too much because like 10.5 mil 1 year. He's great. Great, absolute
Yeah.
locker room guy. Great for
Yeah.
morale. Beautiful eyes. He's
Not
incredible. No,
wrong.
like absolute, like he's just a great guy. Like he's gonna give you 150% with everything. Last year he
Hmm.
had a really solid offensive year in the 9 hole. Put him in the 9 hole. He's great. And outfield
Defensively, obviously won the Gold Glove, so
and won a Gold Glove.
still can do it.
And I can see him. Yeah, he
Defensive
posted a
end.
video like saying, "Blue Jays fans, I'm back. Can't wait." I thought he was a Yankee for sure. I don't know about you. I thought this.
Oh yeah. We always discussed that of him. We already discussed him being like, yeah, he's not going to be coming back. Like he was like an afterthought of like him
Yeah,
resigning.
honestly.
So yeah, I was really happy when they signed him.
Yeah.
Like
So
like you said, he's a great hitter. I was talking to my buddy, my dad's buddy, Mike, about this and his son Liam, and he was like saying like he shouldn't be hitting the 9. He shouldn't be hitting at 9. Like he said he was saying that he should be up at the top of the order because he's kind of sets the tone for the offense. I feel like obviously it's going to be tough with Springer and
I
and Bo still up there, like still
yeah.
planning to be up there at
When
the
I
1 and
say
2, but like it's
yeah,
I don't know, like it's good. It would be interesting if they tried that, in spring training or something, maybe have him at the 1 or 2 and
okay,
because he's been a great leadoff hitter when it comes to
yeah,
him being at the
yeah.
9.
He is, but I think he's like a second leadoff hitter in the 9 hole because he goes right next to
That was my argument. That was my argument to him. Like he's
Springer's
kind
right.
of like a leadoff hitter in a sense.
Also, he has no power whatsoever. He gets on base. He's like a sneaky
Yeah,
gets on base. He's like I compare him to like Tommy Edmond, who is like a
yeah.
player who's like also like a 9 hole or he
Hmm.
in the 1 hole for the St. Louis Cardinals. But I'm saying, yeah, no, I'd keep him in the 9 hole. He's great in that position. It's not a high pressure position as well. Like he's his number one presence and reason for being there is because he is a incredible defensive outfielder.
Yeah.
He's incredible in center field, Roman center field, and he also got Varsho back there too, and Springer, who
Yeah.
are also all great in the
Yeah.
outfield. I have no problem with them, and this kind of takes out the idea that like we won't get Bellinger, but there's also been reports that that's not an issue. Like the Jays still might want to try and get
Yeah,
Bellinger.
just put him at DH, bro. Just put him
He
at DH.
also first base. He plays first base as well, so you could because we're
Yeah, put
right
Vlad at
now
DH.
Vlad is
Yeah.
coming back, Vlad, and then you want to switch back and forth between first baseman and DH and then also Kevin Keirmaier is not going to be in center field every game, but Belly
No.
in center field or right field as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you got that, and then but yeah, no, I'm happy with this signing.
Oh, I'm ecstatic. I'm very happy about this.
Is it just me, or does Kevin Kiermaier remind you a shit ton of Travis Kelce? Like they give off like the exact same vibe in the sense.
Yeah, but without the Kelsey and Travis, not Travis, sorry, the Taylor Swift bullshit that's going on in the media. My buddy Benedict, who's a watcher of the show, he was suggesting that we should be talking more about this Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. So I'm glad you brought it up.
I mean, she's got two good songs, Blank Space and Love Story, absolute bangers. Every time I'm with the buddies.
I've said this to you multiple times. Okay. Yeah. I don't have a problem with her specifically. Great musician. Like she has bangers. Like you're right. She has bangers, but it's the fan base. And it's like I like before she was dating Kelsey, I didn't have a problem. Right.
Yeah.
But now that she's affecting the NFL and like the media and all that bullshit, now it's kind of cool. It's kind of cooled down a little bit. Like we rarely see her on NFL's Instagram or some shit.
Kelsey like makes a play or something or catches a ball, it pans to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but that's rarely happened recently. Like I watched the Chiefs game yesterday. I think I saw her once, maybe once or twice. They showed her.
I mean, you have to show her because she's the biggest. Like
I know, but it's great when the Chiefs lose. Seeing her pissed off. Oh my god, it's the best feeling.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
No,
it's great, especially seeing me being a hater of the Chiefs. It's no better feeling.
But I think Kevin Kiermaier, because they both got that like let's go vibe like that.
Yeah.
The ways like super hyper and like always and get with the ladies too. Like both of those guys are like
Kelsey can do better. Just saying.
Whoa, better than Taylor Swift.
Oh, come on.
Better
you can
than
do better than that. Swift. You can do better than that. Come on. She's all right, but like, come on.
Taylor
you can do better than that.
Is superstar sensation, bro. What are you talking about? She's an incredible artist.
Just saying. I'm just saying. There's better looking women. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's not about the looks. It's about the personality. You know this. She's probably got an incredible personality.
All right. Well, I don't know her that well, so maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my look on it.
Her and Kelsey are great for each other.
All right. Well, I'll just just leave it at that.
Yeah. There you go. But
yes, Kiermaier, very good signing.
Very good signing.
Keep going though.
And if Kevin Kiermaier starts dating like Katy Perry, will you be pissed off?
Oh, Katy Perry's miles above Taylor Swift. Miles. More bangers.
Yeah. I think Kevin Kiermaier, can do better than Katy Perry though. Kevin Kiermaier, like.
Oh, of course.
Best is like, he's got a wife, so we'll respect that. He's got a wife.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone.
So
we'll leave the Katy Perry dating rumors away.
No, she's also with Orlando Bloom too, so we'll keep.
Katy Perry's with Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, she's married to him. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah. Fun fact. Yeah, this is also like the e-talk segment of our podcast right here. But yeah,
where we spread rumors that
that we pull out of our asses. That's
exactly. This will be all over the news tomorrow.
Another signing that I don't know. It's hard to say. So IKF, Isaiah Kiner left from the Yankees. and before that from the Texas Rangers, signed a 2-year, $15 million deal plus incentives, which could make that to a $16 mil deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. So, I mean, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Right?
Well, my interpretation of it is that he's a replacement for Whit Merrifield.
Mhm.
That's my opinion because I feel like Whit's gonna be gone.
Witt is gone.
Especially with this signing, I feel like he's out of here. Especially with signing
Yeah,
Falefa. But I think he's a decent hitter. Obviously, was he like
not
what did he bat
terrible.
like 260,
Okay,
250?
so if you look at, he didn't get a lot of playing time last year with the Yankees, but he hit 242, 646. He does not hit for power.
Yeah.
And then the year before he hit 261. Again, doesn't hit for power, but plays a ton of positions, versatile,
Yeah.
won a gold glove, plays like almost every position. Apparently last year he played every position but first and catcher. So like he can pitch.
Yeah.
We got our Otani, so we can be.
Yeah, if Manoah sucks ass, just put him at starting.
There
At
you go.
starter.
No,
He can
so
be
I
he
mean,
can be the fifth starter.
he's like in his 2021 season looks good too. He had 271. Had 100. He played like almost every game, 172 hits,
Hmm.
which I see like when if you're a player that's like has over 170 hits, like that means you're reliable, you're solid,
Hmm.
not shit in the bed. Same with like if I say like 265 and up, that's like you could be playing every day, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but again, it differs.
Was he injured last year? Is that why he didn't play as much,
I
or
don't
was he
Let
just
me
didn't?
check. I can see
Because
right.
what's his main? He plays what's his main second base, right?
I don't think he was injured. I just think he was just a versatility player because they had Volpe at short, and last year he played short, so it was not as
Oh,
versatile.
that's what I was
And they
that's what I
put
thought.
they also brought up a lot of their prospects as well at the end of last year. So like Dominguez, Everson, Pereira and Oswald Peraza, like a bunch of their prospects
Hmm.
they brought up. And so that's one of the reasons why like he's not playing as much. So yeah, and like he's just one of those, substitute and that's what I think he's gonna be with this team. I think he's gonna
Yeah.
be a substitute player that'll come in and take over position. Somebody gets injured, he can
Yeah.
those days off for players he can help. Steals bags, 14 stolen bases, 22 the year before. Can come in as a pinch runner, pinch hitter. Like he's not terrible. He's not gonna be hitting like 190 for you. He's gonna be hitting like between 240 and between 270. That's where I'm gonna say. So I'm excited to see him
Yeah,
play.
I think he'll be decent. I kind of at first I was like,
He has no
not what we were
power. That's
looking
the thing.
for in terms of star power that we were looking for in like
Not necessarily star
Bellinger,
power, but
Otani.
like just power. Like that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but like I feel like he'll be good. He'll be like a Wit, like he'll be, but I feel like he might be a bit better than him.
I think he'll be better than Witt because he's younger than Witt, and he's also
Yeah,
like he can. Yeah, I think he's. My fear is just that he's gonna be. He'll end up being, if he plays well, then keep playing him. That's the thing. But I'm afraid they're gonna be like putting him in all the time and when I think he should be like a bench piece, like he should be a bench player, like that, like Santiago Espinal last year, like on your
mhm,
bench, come in, not an everyday player. I don't think he should
yeah,
be an everyday player. And he obviously you saw last year he was an everyday player. It was fine. When Judge got injured, he came in and was like their best hitter. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see. Also in high leverage situations, he's hitting like 310 last year. So we'll see
that's
what
good.
happens. I'm
Yeah, that's what
excited.
we need. We need
I'm
people
I'm
who
I'm
can hit
curious to
in
see.
clutch situations, right? What we're
Exactly.
looking for.
Yeah. But yeah, there's still lots of moves to come, I think.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. Like I saw a bunch of notifications about Jock Peterson.
I would
They're
love
looking they were
Peterson.
looking for him. Yeah, that's kind of like a Jorge Soler type
Yeah,
pickup where he's just straight power, hitting
dude. Yeah.
bombs.
I think
Not
Jock.
the obviously not the best hitter, but he can just he has insane power. He just comes
I'm
in,
saying
hits
we
a
do.
bomb.
We look at a team like the LA Dodgers, who every year for like the past 7 years have been a 100 win team, very very good, very solid each year, and won a World Series 2020. And the reason for that is they have these players that are just good in clutch situations and that have been on their team. You look at Justin Turner, who played for them, who was great. That is a possible signing. Why not just run it back? Get JD Martinez, who played for them, had an insane season. Sign him.
I don't know about JD.
Also sign Jock, who played for the Dodgers. You got three key players right there. Sign three former Dodgers.
Did Jock win? Did Jock win the World Series with them in 2020?
He did. And he
Yeah,
won with the Braves in 2021.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we need winners, man. We need winners on this
Jock's
team.
good, man. I have no problem with the Jock Peterson signing. He's an electric player. Like him and Vladdy faced off in the 2019
That was awesome.
in the 2019 home run derby. So that was
Yeah.
sick. Like I remember that. Like they had went off to like a sudden death, and he's got power, man. He's a little bit older, but good lefty, walks. He can play in the outfield. Doesn't usually. He'll be a DH purely, I would think. But
Yeah.
looks electric to me. I would love a little Jock Peterson signing. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Anybody
good.
else though you would think of signing?
I don't know. Like obviously Bellinger.
Yeah.
I'd love.
Bellinger.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's really the only like star option. Blake Snell's still out there, but we don't really need a starting pitcher.
There's a trade rumor about Yariel Rodriguez, who's a relief pitcher for in the Cuba League. So I don't know how we're gonna get
Okay.
him over here because usually I don't know what the situation is, but he's been playing for Cuba, and he's kind of like Aroldis Chapman because Aroldis Chapman was from Cuba. They signed him out of Cuba and the Cuban Baseball League, and then he played for the Reds, and he was like electric. He was insane.
Okay.
Not a good locker room guy, not somebody that I would
Uh,
in the locker room, but like in terms of Aroldis Chapman. But yeah, no, I would be down for a Jock Peterson signing. And
yeah.
also we gotta have a trade. We gotta have a trade coming up soon, I think.
Yeah, we need something.
We
We need
need
some we need an extra couple things to go on, or else this offseason's been a dud.
trying to think of who we might trade for. I think it could be somebody like from the Mariners. I could see for
Obviously we need to resign Chapman. I feel like that's still gotta happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Chapman. Because, bro, I fucking couldn't stand all those strikeouts last year. It's no fun watching.
Like we were watching that playoff game. That playoff game, he did jack shit. Like the playoffs, like he did nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like I was saying, like he's not clutch when it comes to hitting in the playoffs or clutch situations. Like his batting average is probably shit. I haven't even looked into it, but it's probably not very good
No,
with runners in scoring position.
no, I can't imagine it's that good. But yeah, that's pretty much it though. That's like it was other than those two signings, horrible week for the Leafs, man. Not good at all. But
Yeah.
yeah, excited to go back to school at all?
Kinda, yeah. Because I
Yeah.
feel like I'm just bored out of my mind
Yeah.
sitting at home because I'm not really working because it's the
Yeah.
holidays. So like it's not we can't like
Fair enough.
we can't work, right? So I'm just like sitting here just fucking rotting away.
Yeah.
And like I want to go like I went shopping, like Boxing Day shopping,
Yeah.
like with the money I got, and like it's just like if I'm sitting at home, I'm so bored, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm just watching movies and that's it.
Hey, it's all good. Yeah.
Speaking of movies, let's segue into our next segment here.
All right. Who wants to go first? You or me?
You go. You
All
go.
right. Okay. My movie for this week, which I will recommend to you guys, a movie that came out recently, in the past year or year and a half, I'd say, which is up for Oscars. Was nominated for Best Original Screenplay, which was Triangle of Sadness, is a film I
Hmm.
watched, and I like I love this movie. I thought it was really interesting. It's really really neat and um a great screenplay. The
Yeah,
actor in it is like one of the main actors. Is the guy that was that was in the Iron.
Harris Dickinson.
Yeah, exactly. He was
Yeah,
what's his name? Harry Dickinson.
Harris Dickinson.
Harris
Harris. Yeah.
Dickinson. Yeah, exactly. He's great in that. I think
Hmm.
he's a really good actor, and it's like it's a very original film too. Very
Yeah.
interesting, just about the whole, you know, rich versus poor and the way that society presents those people, and then you see, it's almost like a bit of a what's a um the comparison that I was thinking, Lord of the Flies. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
that in the sense
Hmm.
there's a big comparison, but there's also other stuff in terms of like the ridiculousness in like the eccentric needs and buys of people that are wealthy. So it's a very and it's very cool in the way it does that. Yeah, but it's a great film. Highly recommend. Very very original, and
Yeah.
there's a very cool like one of the first scenes. Great dialogue between the actor and the actress Harris Dickinson, and I forget the uh, female actress's name, which a lot of people can definitely relate to, men
Yeah.
or women. It's a cool scene. I see it a lot in the acting, and it is just phenomenal. So
Yeah, I've seen it as well, and it's pretty. Yeah, like you said, it's very original, and
long and slow, but it's cool.
yeah, it is a slow one, but like once you get into the third act, then it kind of picks up a little
Yeah.
bit, and I really liked it. This one you definitely haven't seen. At least
Okay.
I haven't. I don't think you've seen it. Um, it is a Bollywood film. I've gone in the Bollywood. I've gone into a different genre here. For my movie suggestion, it is called RRR.
Yeah.
You might have heard of it.
Yeah.
Some people might have heard of it. It got nominated for it actually won original song last year at the Oscars. Um it's got to be I s- I suggested it to my dad who's a big movie guy. He couldn't even last like 20 minutes. Maybe it
Oh
was
no.
like I don't know exactly why, but dude, it has got to be one of the most exciting and like upbeat movies I've ever seen.
Hmm.
Came
Interesting.
out last year.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not English, but there's lots are going on in this movie. Like it's kind of like I wouldn't it's not a musical, but it's got action, like really good CGI.
Oh
Like
really?
there's one part in the film where this guy, the main character, is fighting a tiger or he's running away from a tiger, and
Yeah.
like you can't even tell. It
Huh.
looks so real. Like the Bollywood, they're doing something right over there when it comes to CGI compared to like the Marvel CGI last couple years with like Ant-Man, dude. Like they
Yeah.
they did a really good job with this with the CGI. There's one scene I don't want to really get into it that much because I want the viewers to watch it, but there's one part where they're at like this like it's about like the colonization of India in like
Yeah.
the 1940s and 50s. There's one part where they're at like this like British Army base or something, and like the one guy is trying to get out. He's trying to escape it, and like all these army guys are trying to kill him or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, like that scene is, oh my God, it's incredible. It's emotional, it's really funny. Like there's parts where, the one of the main character, he's trying to date he's Indian, obviously. He's trying to date one of the white girls who's like British and like she's posh or whatever. It's really funny, like really good, like emotional, like good, like romance in it as well. There's a dance scene where the original song is played. Like it's so much fun.
Hmm.
The action scenes are great. Um, yeah, I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix right now. Amazing film. It's really long though. I think it's almost 4 hours. Yeah, it's a very long, it's a very long movie, but
Yeah.
I feel like no, it's not almost 4 hours. It's just over 3 hours. But like I feel like like the movie, like I feel like there's nonstop. It's nonstop moving action. Great film, in my opinion.
All right. Good.
So we'll give those to the viewers this week.
Yes, we will. All right. Well, I think that ends it for this today's podcast. Two signings. Hopefully, Ross gets some signings going. I'm
Yeah.
excited for this offseason to continue, as well as the season to continue with these Leafs. I am sick and tired of winter now that Christmas is over. So I can't stand going to
Yeah.
sleep or like having it like it dark at like 4:30. So
Yeah. It's brutal.
let's get this rolling and let's
I'm excited for the J season, man. I'm
yes
excited to watch. I feel
45
like the last couple seasons I haven't watched every game, but like this year, I'm excited. I'm excited to get right into it.
5 days time. This times 5 or 9, right? Before until catchers and pitchers report to spring training. So
Okay.
soon. It's
Is
coming.
that early? 5 days until they report to spring training?
No, sorry. This 5 times 9.
So
Five.
45. Okay,
Yeah.
45
5
days.
days.
All
Yeah.
right.
No, not that soon.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say because like I thought it was like yeah, like February,
we still
right?
got players to sign. Yeah, we got things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, it'll be exciting. So let's get this going and let's go.
Yep.
All right. Cheers. Thanks, guys.